Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Broke Boy review. Today, we are reviewing 8th grade, which surprisingly was better than I thought.
Surprisingly.
I don't know. What? Today, I'm joined with yet again Devin, and we have another Broke Boy coming in, Harlem.
Hello.
I pronounced your name right, correct?
Yes, you did.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I was like, oh crap, I'm going to butcher his name. Yeah, how's everyone doing today? It's a happy Sunday. I'd like to think so.
Not looking forward to this laundry you have to do, but that's what Sundays are for.
Yeah,
I'm doing dandy.
yeah.
Thank you for asking.
Oh, no problem whatsoever. But yeah, so this movie was pretty much about a girl named Kayla who the movie pretty much covers what her entire last week of 8th grade before she moves into high school.
Yep.
And yeah, it was I don't know, it was kind of just a nice little coming of age story. It pretty much, goes through her daily routine. She's like a YouTuber, quote unquote YouTuber. And yeah, what did you guys think about the movie overall?
It's definitely coming of age, but I'd say it's a more realistic version of most coming of age movies. Like, this is something that everyone can relate to, no matter how old you are, what gender you are. Like, everyone's gone through shitty 8th grade before.
Yeah, I think in that aspect it's very universal in its appeal of the horrors, the trials and the tribulations of middle school. But I love the fact that it's one of the only, if not the only movie that I've seen that really focuses on the current generation of how they deal with life and they go through
The social media age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was kind of weird because at first, when I first started, cannot talk today. When the film first started, there we go. I was like, okay, we have this like little awkward girl, but like, yeah, I kind of noticed that because like, especially the dinner table scene, where it's just her and her dad, and she's like, like blasting music in her ear. I was like, Jesus, you're gonna make yourself deaf. I mean, I like to blast music, but like, I don't know, going to the dinner table, I'm like, I don't know, it was weird. But he was like, hey, the dad's just like,
The
that
dad was
cool.
amazing.
The dad was really funny.
Here's the thing. I gotta disagree with you there. I
You
think
didn't like the dad?
I think that he was written in such a one-dimensional and very straightforward way that it took away all the, at least for me, it took away a lot of the emotion and I didn't feel as, let me start that again. I didn't side as much with Kayla and her father in the movie because of his sort of weak, non-involved characterization. Like, no phones I was screaming at him the whole time in the theater, get her off her fucking phone. Are we allowed to swear, or are you trying to get
No, you're fine, you're good.
Okay. I was absolutely livid throughout almost every single scene he was in because he was doing everything wrong. And there's that whole culmination at the end where she burns her hopes and dreams, she burns her box, where it's supposed to be this very tender and very, I always knew that I could put faith in you because you were so amazing. But I feel he was so undercharacterized because it seemed like he himself never had another woman in his life, and it was hard for him to relate to this girl. And I don't know. I want to get into his character later because I feel like that's one of my biggest qualms with the movie. But
that's fine. Let's see them.
Can we talk about Elsie Fisher though? Like, you gotta.
She was fabulous. She was amazing.
Oh yeah, she was amazing. Absolutely. Like she.
And for those of you that don't know, she was in the Despicable Me movies as that one little girl. Apparently, that's where she got her start.
I did not know that. That's very interesting. Huh?
She was Aunt Agnes. That was the name of the character.
Aunt Agnes. Harlem. He brought up a good point because like I didn't realize that like. He had like the dad had his funny moments, but
yeah, no, he was a funny character.
But like, yeah, when it came to her burning her box, like that whole scene, like the movie already drug on enough for me, but like that was like extended. That was like, okay, we get it. You love your daughter. The mom left because I was wondering where the mom was. Like,
that's probably my biggest problem is they didn't dive into the mom enough. They just kind of brought her up one time offhand.
Yeah.
And the fact that they brought her up in a way that she, at least the way I remember it, that what is his name, Mark, he said that his mom or his wife left like a year after Kayla was born. Was there not, I find it hard to believe, and I think it's a shame that he didn't capitalize on the fact that Bo, the writer, that he could create another character of like a series of stepmoms. He could have had another female
Yeah.
figure in her life. I'm very surprised that he never really
That would have made
moved
more
on from
sense. It
that.
would have been way more realistic too. Because she would have like that kind of interaction, like the full family, like, oh, like, obviously her mom left, but she has a stepmom, and normally step parents don't relate to teenagers, especially someone in 8th grade, all that much. And it's kind of like, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's an interesting part. I think one of the funniest parts was the best eyes, the superlatives. What was the guy's name? The little kid? I forgot.
I love that use of that music. Like whenever
I was like, oh man, they showed his eyes. Like, whoa! I was like, whoa! Like, look at those things. It was hysterical.
The banana scene too. That was perfect.
Oh, that was oh my god.
I thought you didn't like bananas. And she's just like, I don't. Throws it at him. Like, what?
How to give a blowjob? ... How to give a good blowjob? I was like, what? I was like, oh my god. But yeah, it was overall. I mean, there's a lot of things I liked about it. I like the the fact that she had like a little bit of like a mentor with the a high schooler, and then that weird scene that one of her high school friends.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk about that scene. We're gonna have to talk about that
for sure. But overall, I mean, I like the movie. I mean, it's one of those slow movies. It is an independent film. I had to go to a movie theater that I don't even like going to go see this because it wasn't showing anywhere else. I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right. I couldn't get comfortable in my seat. I think that was half of it, but overall, I really
the experience was.
No, seriously. Okay, no, listen. The movie theater I go to, we have reclinable seats. They're fantastic. It's like
Oh, I see.
It's amazing. I can't go back to.
You're describing these seats as like they have spikes at the bottom of their chair.
It might as well have
horrible.
been. I was just trying to get comfortable. I'm like, man, I really wish I was just in like a reclinable seat at like the normal movie theater that I go to. It's like a Regal theater. It's just amazing, man. Like, oh my god, like, there's no better way to watch a movie. Like
at a Regal. Anyways, back to the movie.
Yeah, back to the movie at hand. We can dive in. I know Harlem said he wanted to talk about, the scene where one of the high schoolers is taking her home, and
it gets weird.
Yeah, that's where the movie gets like very strange. Let's just start with that and just kind of go from there.
To me, the whole high school, the whole she has high school friends aspect of the movie was it was interesting that he went in that direction, that Bo Burnham went in that direction to tell that story, because if I was a high school student and I had a snot-nosed middle schooler that I had to drag around and like make sure that they see all the classes of the day, I'm very surprised that a friendship between Kayla and the girl she's shadowing, I think her name's Olivia or something.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised that relationship like clicked immediately and became this thing where Olivia would invite Kayla out with her friends. To me, that seemed just that aspect of the film existed solely to push the scene with her in the car with
and them going to the mall. Who goes to the mall anymore?
Yeah, I was gonna say this movie does so much right. I gotta be honest, this movie does so. Being probably the closest in age to the generation that this movie's based on in 8th grade, I'm gonna be a senior in high school. But there's so much that's done right with this movie. There's so much like of the language and capturing how middle schoolers actually speak and talk to each other and relate over social media. But that old let's go to the mall with our high school friends because that's high school cool kids do. They go to the mall because they have cars.
I didn't realize we were watching Stranger Things.
At their friends' houses. That's what they do.
Yeah.
It's
what is this?
What is this? The 80s? I feel like that
The
scene
Boy Meets
seemed
World.
so far out of everything else that had been explored in the movie.
That
But
was kind of weird, yeah, because it's like
Mhm.
it, like as you said, with everyone, every single kid, literally being on their phone like 24/7, and I was actually thinking about it, and like, wow, this actually
Mhm.
kind of how my sister acts sometimes, and it's just like she's always on her phone, like even when she came down to visit with my mom, where I live, like she was like on her phone literally the entire time that she
Mhm.
visited, and like I honestly don't think I spoke like 20 words to her because she was always on her phone. I mean,
Yeah.
going back to the movie, it's kind of like, wow, like this is real life. This is how kids are, and this is the way they interact with each other. And I don't know. It was, yeah, that mall scene was just weird. I was like, oh, like okay,
One
yeah,
one thing I liked about the mall scene is you could see how awkward she felt. Like everyone's been at that lunch table where you don't really know those people, so you're just like
yeah.
kind of sitting there trying to pitch in, but then you can't really get a word in. I felt so palpable. It was so good.
Mhm.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think I just want to go back to a funny moment. The girl's birthday party that she went to,
That
her
pool party.
her cousin
Gabe was
He
his
was
name,
a
I think.
standout.
Gabe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The chicken nuggets with every sauce available. I didn't know which one you wanted, so I got all the sauces here for
That was
you.
probably one of my favorite scenes. But yeah, let's talk about this car scene really quick because like I forgot the kid's name. He like offered to like take her home first.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
Olivia's like, oh no, like it's fine, or whatever Kayla had said is fine. And then it's like, oh, it's kind of awkward with you in the back seat. I was like,
Mhm.
what? And then he
See,
stops the car. I was like, oh
yeah,
god.
in my theater when he stopped and got out to go to the back, there was like audible like gasps, like "oh no!" Like people were like kind of freaking out because they could see what was coming. It was like
What was this movie rated?
This
R.
was an R movie.
Oh, okay, so yeah, that makes sense. I was like, all right. I'm
Makes
like, I know she's not gonna get like raped or something in the back, but I knew
Mhm.
something weird was gonna happen because
Yeah.
she's been taking blowjob lessons from YouTube, so I don't know what she's what she's thinking.
Hey man, I do that sometimes. I take.
Hey man, you just gotta look at those tutorials and
Mhm. Exactly.
it was just weird. I'm like, all right, he just like did he like stop in the middle of the road? He's like pull off to the side and then he just
Mhm.
gets in the back. I'm like, dude, are you high? Because you sound like you're high. He's like, oh, you want to play truth or dare? Oh, I dare you to take off your shirt. And she's like, no.
Yeah.
It was like that was kind of weird, but I'm kind of glad I added that because that is how high schoolers are and shows how the dangers of high school essentially. Olivia was kind of like high school is better than eighth grade was the worst, and then this one guy, oh yeah, me and Olivia are like really good friends, hey, you want to take your top off? It's like, what?
Yeah, I can confirm. As a high school student, I regularly go after middle school girls. That is all I spend my time doing.
Weren't they seniors too?
Yeah, I was
Uh,
like,
that
okay,
was
that's weird.
there was a moment in that scene where I really just felt that was completely. I understand that things like that do happen where older high school guys try to go for the middle school and the freshman and the sophomore girls just because they have that aura of being a young adult now. But it, it was a very uncomfortable scene to watch, exceedingly. And I think that there's a great bit after the scene happens, after his name's Riley, I think. After Riley starts driving the car again and she's in the back seat and she begs him not to tell Olivia what she said and how she's reacted, but that's exactly what he's thinking as well.
Yeah,
He's exactly thinking, I hope this kid doesn't tell Olivia what I tried to do, because I thought that was an amazing moment having it come from her and not from him, because it makes sense to say those words.
because she just wants to keep that friend so bad that
Yeah.
she doesn't want anything to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that because at first after that happened, I thought that she was gonna tell Olivia, but no, she went home and kind of just like broke down because
Mm-hmm.
like she was like, oh, like I finally have friends, and I'm trying to find my place in the world, especially when it comes coming to high school, and then like she kind of lost it, and I mean I felt bad, and I agree with Harlem. it was a very uncomfortable scene to watch just overall, and I was like, I'm like, yeah, it was a good scene, but like it made me very very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm sure that was the intention though too. Just
Yeah, I don't know. It was, whew. And then I mean, I guess she told her dad, but she was kind of like pushing her dad away at the same time when he was like, trying to be a fucking dad
Huh.
and like check on his kid.
Yeah.
And
I
then
didn't get the vibe that she told him.
I don't think she did. Like at first I thought she well, when she first started doing the whole blowjob thing, I thought she was gonna try to give that Aiden kid one. I was like, oh
Oh, of
my
course. Yeah,
god.
that was the
Like they kind of like danced around it and then they just like left it where it was. But yeah, it was
Mhm.
these kids are antisocial as fuck. I was like, holy shit, like I would I would hate to grow up like in today's age and like, middle school, high school. No offense, Harlem, but
Oh no, listen, seeing this movie was as depressing. I it was God, it made me so and pissed off and just called out at points because I remember I got a story. So I shop at the Old Navy, right? I love the Old Navy. I
I
would
got
die
you.
for the Old Navy. And when I was in middle school and I was coming into my own and realizing my style, my dad would take me to the Old Navy, and eh, I was embarrassed as hell to be around him, and I was super embarrassed to like be in the same room as him and have him like saying, "Hey, do you want to try this one on?" Because I thought that everyone was gonna make fun of me for having this dad, I guess, because I guess
yeah.
who has dads these days? You know what I mean?
Oh my
And then
god.
eventually he made a huge scene in the middle of the store, and my face was getting redder with embarrassment. And you know what? Eventually, I learned. And when I saw Elsie Fisher in this movie being so embarrassed of her dad, and every child being embarrassed of their parents, I felt that pain. I felt that motivation, and I understood where they were. But I also recognize now how fucking stupid everything is, and how absolutely inane that the
like
inaction, the
why is it
actions and
ever
everything.
embarrassing that you're hanging out with your dad? Like just think
I
about that in
know it's
retrospect. It's just like
yeah.
what?
I was kind of that way with my mom when I was younger. Like, I mean,
Hmm.
especially like, what Harlan was saying, like, when you're going out and it's like, oh, who goes shopping with their parents, especially when you want to like, you know, for clothes and things like that. And you're trying to figure out what you like, what you don't like. And yeah, I mean, it's
Hmm.
kind of like, oh, hey, yeah, like I'm here with someone, but I'm kind of just my own person. But you're trying to be more independent and, thinking for yourself and speaking for yourself and things like that. But yeah, that is a good point. I don't know. I never
Hmm.
really thought about that until now because yeah, the movie. Whew,
Hmm.
I think. Well, 'cause I kind of liked how. What did you guys think about the video that she essentially made for herself and that and her hopes and dreams that she
That she
burned?
burned.
Oh, it's just my hopes and dreams. That's like, oh, he's like, "You sure you want to do this?" I'm like, "He did ask. He did ask." And she's like, "Yeah." And then she makes another one. What did you guys think about the when she decided to burn her hopes and dreams, her little box, or like the video that she made for herself when she was younger?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I feel like
Yeah.
every teen goes through an existential crisis at some point, and you just have to get through it, I guess, and that's her way of getting over the hump.
Yeah, she seemed like someone who was suffering from anxiety and
Yeah,
maybe a
that's a
little bit
major
of
theme that Bo Burnham and her
that he
were
was
always
trying to
talking
instill.
about. Yeah.
Because he's very personable and very personal about his journey being someone who is this content creator and who has an audience, but also wanting to break free from that. And I think that it was a really good choice to show just an everyday person's struggle with this and having that need, because whether or not you believe it, a lot of the kids today in this society feel that they have an image that they have to protect and then they have to follow through with and abide by through social media, through their Instagram, through their YouTube, and it was a really good decision to show this sort of psychological downfall and the psychological repercussions and side effects to someone who has to keep up with this nonstop. Because I'm sure there are a ton of people out there who are going through exactly what Kayla was going through this movie. That was my take on her burning her hopes and dreams. And it was a sort of fresh start, a new beginning for her.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very true.
I also loved the YouTube videos she made throughout the movie because a lot of the time it would be after like an awkward or embarrassing situation happened, and she would kind of make a video like giving advice on what she wanted to do in that situation, but didn't end up doing. She was kind of giving the advice of what she like wish actually happened. I thought that was kind of cool that she's just using that as kind of like venting almost her YouTube videos, her advice videos.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
seemed more at ease. And then when Olivia asked her to like go to the mall, like she just like broke down. She's like, "Oh my god, like there's someone out there who wants to hang out with me." Because like when she was talking about confidence, she had like no confidence the entire movie. And I mean, she tried, and I think that she did gain some throughout the movie, but especially like even at the pool party scene, like she was just like staring out the window like, oh wow, look at all these kids, look at everyone having fun, people are, they have something to relate to or talk to or whatever about, and then comes Gabe.
That slow mo camera angle from her view to the pool was so good.
Yeah.
All those crazy kids in the pool just doing random shit.
It was
That was so
excellent.
good.
Oh, absolutely.
The
Huh?
the music that he used in the movie, because there's if in his stand up he uses music a lot as a punchline and as sort of as the joke, and the way that it was used with the visuals in the movie was really stellar.
Yeah, it's kind of like Edgar Wright-esque how
Yeah,
you use
almost.
music as a punchline when you're
Mhm.
in a movie. I love that.
That's a really good point. Oh my gosh. So for all of our very small listeners out there, um, so like, what group of people would you guys think would like this movie overall? Like, who would you recommend it to? And like, you guys have any like final words about the film? Any good, bad scenes that you liked?
I can't really think of anyone I couldn't recommend the movie to be honest. Obviously, it's rated R, so if you're under 17 or whatever, but that's one thing that they kind of said they wanted to make it rated R, so to encourage you to see it with your parents. 'Cause that seems like it'd be an interesting experience.
Oh yeah, no.
Kind of encourage you to go with your mom or dad and just be like, look what I have to go through. This is awful.
Yeah, none of these cocky 13-year-olds. Oh, I can go to movies all by myself now. But yeah, any last thoughts, Harlem? Or
I think I don't think personally my grandma would understand this movie. I don't think that was be. I don't think Eighth Grade is a movie that a lot of the older generation would get. Like I'm talking like up there, like octogenarians and above. But
Yeah, I can
they
see
can stick
that.
to their Wizard of Oz or whatever they want to see. But I think this really is a movie that everybody can see and should see, and will find something that they resonate with. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's it's a really good first attempt at a movie. As a movie, it's good on its own, but knowing that it's Bo Burnham's directorial debut and that he put everything into this movie, like I feel I hear. Let me start that again. I can easily see his message, right? I can Fuck. I don't know what to say. It's a great movie. Go see it. Just
No,
go
no,
see
it's
it.
fine. So
It's very heartfelt. It's very heartfelt. That's what it is.
Yeah, actually,
He chopped his heart out of his chest and then put it on a plate and said, "Here's my movie. This is how I feel about the kids these days."
I actually saw a screening of the movie a couple weeks ago, and after the movie, Bo Burnham did a Q&A, and it was pretty cool.
Oh wow, that's pretty
Wow.
cool.
He seems so down to earth and everything. Like he knows that.
It was a very down to earth movie, honestly.
Yeah, he basically said he made the movie because he was basically afraid of the internet age and feeling anxious. He just wanted to put that out on the screen for other people to see. That's
I would
exactly what came
too.
out.
It's crazy
Mhm.
with, people are like, oh, stupid Susie posting all this dumb stuff on Instagram. And it's like, why do you follow them? Like, if you don't like their Instagram posts, why do you follow them? It just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it's that is like, for us, well, at least for me and Devin, like when we went to high school, it wasn't. Like, yeah,
We had phones, but like we didn't really have social media as much. It was pretty much just Facebook for us.
yeah, like, well,
Mhm.
yeah, there was MySpace at first, but everyone kind of grew out of that.
AIM.
AIM. And then like Facebook started to become a thing, and then Twitter, but like we were there when, it both like social media in general pretty much got its start. Like, yeah, MySpace was there, but I don't know. It just happened so fast. And like looking at this movie and seeing how, you can say you're connected all you want through social media, but like I don't care who you are, and people always say, oh, like social media is an easy way to, keep in touch with everyone, which is true, but like there's still there's still like a lack of communication between, just actually talking to someone, like whether, we're doing right now or face to face, that you don't really get with Facebook or Twitter or even texting in general. Because yeah, there's emotes, but like it's so hard to convey tone through text.
Mhm.
And people are, this is how the young kids, the kids are doing it nowadays. But overall, I guess like ratings wise, let's just do that really quick. What would you guys give this out of 10? And would you buy this on Blu-ray? Just a quick question.
Oh. Well, I'll go first. I think that I'm gonna say one last point, and one of
No,
the
you're fine.
I'm just real one quick thing. I think that the best thing, the best thing that eighth grade has going for it is that it explicitly names the social media of today. I think that is a very good decision for
Yeah,
the
you
movie and
use
for the
the
future,
actual.
because 10, 20 years down the line, who knows where we're going to be? We're probably all going to have chips in our head, and we're going to be communicating telepathically. So it's
Spaceships.
going to be great to look back in 10 years and be like, oh God, remember when everybody was on the Snapchat and the Instagram? Oh man, look at Granny posting on that old Instagram right there.
That is gonna
Yeah,
be so
it's
weird.
one of the only movies to ever use like actual phone screens. Like they would have a camera and phone the actual screen. They wouldn't
Yeah.
have like a CGI post
Yeah,
screen.
it
It was
wasn't like one of
awful.
those weird like booth phones that like you
Yeah,
just
it
like.
was real Instagram or Twitter feeds. Like it was
Yeah.
real stuff they were filming, which is awesome.
And I think that really is representative of the whole movie. It's a very genuine, very opinionated look at the effects of social media on the youth.
But it didn't come off as like preachy. He wasn't like put the phones down. It was like this is the
Exactly. It
world we
was
live
like
in.
this is what your kids are today. This is the next generation.
It
This
is
is who we are, pretty
not
much.
millennials. Just to
Yeah.
put that out there, I don't know why people think that like kids in like eighth grade and like high school are millennials. They're not.
Mm-mm. We're something else. We're a whole new breed of shit.
It's yeah.
Um
Everyone's just like, oh, kids these days. No, I am a millennial. I'm 26 years old. I'm a millennial. Devin's a millennial. I think you're a millennial. I don't
I'm
know.
not. I'm the new thing,
It's
whatever
Gen
they call
X.
it.
Gen
Is it Gen
X,
X? Is
Gen
that what
X,
it is?
Gen
I think
Y.
that was my mom. I think we're Gen Z.
Gen Z. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
And
so.
not proud of that. But anyways, rating wise, you know what? Look at the title. That's my rating. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Oh,
An eighth out of 10. That's not
An
very
8th
good.
out of 10.
an eighth.
Yep. It was shit. It's
You
worse than
hated
one.
that movie.
An 8th out of 10.
Damn, didn't even give it a decimal. Just
No.
we went fractions.
Yeah. I think
Ooh.
I'm gonna go 7.5 or an 8. I think
Okay.
it's a
Alright.
really good look at social media.
Absolutely. Devin, what are your ratings?
I would go with a 9. Like there was definitely a couple things where it didn't quite resonate with me, but overall it was too enjoyable for me. And overlook those couple things.
I got you. I'm I'm gonna give it an 8.5 just because I like the movie overall. It was just I don't know. I guess with me, it's not that I wanted the movie to hurry up and get over with. I wanted to see more of this world, like so quickly. Like, oh, what's she gonna do next? And I don't know, that bonfire scene was just so drug out. I'm like, yes, we understand. Like, you could have just said something kind of like nice and sweet, like, oh, like, I'm proud for, like, you're my daughter. I'm proud that you're my daughter. And then, like, it was just towards the very end, like he mentions the mom once. She doesn't even mention her own mother, like, at all, like, in the entire movie. That was the only, like, main gripe that I can't really let go, because she was like, oh, like, I was like, they haven't mentioned anything about the mom. And then he, like, mentions it. I'm like, oh, okay. And then, like, that was kind of it. But I did like towards the very end where she, like, stands up to that one girl's birthday party that she went to, even though she wasn't fucking looking at
Oh,
it.
that girl was awful.
She was the worst. It's like, say bye. But yeah, 8.5. I probably wouldn't own this movie on Blu-ray. Actually, maybe. Possibly. But I think we're just going to end it there. We're hitting around like 30 minutes. But thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you do enjoy our content. And thank you, Harlem and Devin, for coming on. We're always talking about some fun stuff. And share this this video with a friend, everyone out there, who was thinking about going to see this movie. Obviously, this is more of like a spoiler, like, discussion, but yeah, share it with your friends and everything else. And peace, love, and little donuts.
And go, Bo Burnham. Keep making awesome things.
Keep going, yeah.
My shiny teeth that twinkle just like the stars in space. My shiny teeth that sparkle adding beauty to my face. My shiny teeth that glisten just like a Christmas tree. You know they walk a mile just to see me smile. Woo! My shiny teeth and me. Yes, they're all so perfect, so white and pearly.